So what did we notice at the end of the first year? Well, I guess one of the things we noticed that we were really pleased about was the movement with girls in their perceptions of and engagement in STEM. This had been a big focus of ours, and we noticed that there was a big movement with them in particular. We also noticed that across the sites generally, there were more students wanting to take up more of the STEM opportunities that were available across the site. So all of a sudden, we had a lot more students and their parents coming to talk to us about other STEM opportunities on site. We also noticed with our teachers, so this is just at the end of the first year. I'll share some data with you later on of what we found to date, but teachers commented on their greater ability to collaborate and team teach, that they had a better understanding of the STEM dispositions and capabilities and how to explicitly teach to and assess these, how to better facilitate inquiry, so they felt more comfortable with not providing the answer or the solution. In fact, they felt more comfortable with not even providing the pathway to the answer and the solution, but rather pose a problem and let the students run with it. So, they felt a lot more comfortable with the controlled chaos that ensues from that type of learning. And the number of technologies that were being used, it just blew me away. It was like they were using Makey, Tinkercad, 3D printing, virtual reality, Minecraft, Kobo, 360 degrees cameras, and the list just went on and on. So I told you that the task group for the project has had a big focus on actually looking at the data and what the data tells us. So what we do know is we've had a 6% increase in the number of Year 7 females believing that they would need science for their future work. If we maintain this, we will hit the 2020 DECT STEM strategy target of 15% students choosing to study advanced maths, physical sciences and digital technologies in senior secondary school, and hopefully then going on to follow careers in those pathways. Similarly, we had a 6% increase in the number of Year 7 females no longer considering science a difficult subject. Quite astoundingly, I think, we had a 20% increase in Year 7 female self-efficacy in technology. We had an 8% increase in Year 8 girls considering a career in maths. And similarly, we had a 7% increase in girls who would consider a career in science. So considering we had a focus on girls, we're really, really happy with what the data has shown us there. We also saw movement with our teachers. So this particular graph shows Year 7 female teachers' responses to the question, I know what to do to increase student interest in engineering through teaching engineering. The grey shows those who agree, which our pre-data shows no one agreed, to more than 40% agreeing post-data. We had a similar shift with our Year 8 teachers. But of course, the data has shown us those really good outcomes, but it has also shown us areas for improvement as well. So this year, we are being guided by the learning that the data has provided us with, and we're going even deeper and narrower. So we've got two foci this year. One is students truly collaborating with each other as opposed to just working in groups. So this came through very strongly in the data, and I think someone earlier was suggesting that working in groups is not collaborating, and there's a real skill to collaborating, so we have a big focus on that. And our second focus is on deep teacher pedagogical content knowledge to ensure that there is even more rigour across the sciences, maths and technologies. So our advice to anyone thinking that they might do something along this line, to start off with a clear vision and expectations and protocols of what you want to achieve. You'd need to consider how you're going to timetable and resource it. We've discovered the importance of having a neutral site. So the DECT project was actually about getting Year 7 students onto secondary school sites to give them a secondary experience. We actually found that it's better to go to a neutral site because then we have all teachers from both sites taking shared responsibility for the project and the responsibilities therein, and it also avoids student behaviour management issues which might otherwise come up when you get some kids who feel a little bit more superior to others. So we've been using this year a lot more the Samsung Smart School at McGill as our neutral site, and it's been working much better. Ensuring that students have preliminary sessions to get to know each other. We did this with our staff and that worked really well. And so the staff are all on board and went away with their collaborating. And then we got the students together and had things for them to do. And all they wanted to do was find out about each other in the school and what uniform do you wear and what happens if you do this. And so they want to have that time anyway. So building that in would be good. The importance of providing collaborative planning time. As I said, we're lucky enough to be on a site that actually builds that into our timetable. Considering group size, we had 2 Year 7 and 2 Year 8 classes with in excess of more than 100 students, which, you know, on reflection is stupidity really, it was too big. So I'd suggest going with smaller group sizes. Identifying the right people. Having leadership oversight and direction, so it doesn't have to be the same model as us, but we have found that having one person whose role it is to lead the whole thing, and then having a lot of leaders from the various sites and then all forming together to work together as a task group really works well. Recognising the goodwill of teachers, because you'll be able to tell from our teachers up here how much goodwill on top of the collaborative planning time has gone into this. So it's absolutely huge, and we've been very lucky. I think I said right at the start, we've been very lucky with the commitment from all sites to STEM. We've been very lucky with the commitment from our teachers to STEM, and it wouldn't be anywhere near the project it was without them. And committing to a continual cycle of improvement.